Vlogmas Day Two. Hey, what's going on, my YouTube family? This is your boy HA here at Our Experience Counts. And just to clarify, my name is Horace, Horace, but I like to call myself H.A. Thompson. uh, I told a story about that in one video previous, but it's H is in hotel, A as in Alpha, Thompson. A lot of people say it sounds like I'm saying AJ Thompson, and I'm not. I'm saying HA. But anyway, this is Vlogmas Day Two, and I'm sitting outside trying to smoke a good cigar. You see it, it done went out on me, so I'm gonna relight it here. But anyway, y'all, just want to talk about on this Day Two of Vlogmas. I'm a day behind on it. So that means I'm going to make two videos today so I can catch up on Vlogmas Day 3. And I'm even thinking about going live later on today. So we'll see how all of that goes. But today, just want to talk a little bit about gratitude. Last week, I had the privilege and the favor of turning 60 years old the day before Thanksgiving. And it's 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 crazy to think that I'm 60. you know, back when I was growing up, somebody that was 60, that was my granddaddy's age. They were like ancient. And now here I am at 60 years old. So it's kind of a trip to think about it. And it's a trip to think that I am an elder in my immediate circle, my community, and everything to a lot of the youngsters, and all of my friends are elders. We're all in our late 50s, 60s, some 70s, and it's kind of weird to think like that, but here we are, and so that's one reason for starting this channel is to pass on my experience in life to help the ones that's coming up behind me and maybe offer some comfort to those that are my same age or even older that I can help out just by relating my experiences. So I'm thankful to be 60 years old. I'm thankful to have had four back surgeries and still able to walk. Yeah, I wake up with pain every day, but I'm still able to walk and get around and move around okay with a lot of help from devices and medication and that type of thing. But you know, before my first back surgery, I had gotten to the point where I took about 10, 15 steps and I had to sit down because my right leg would be on fire and my back would be hurting. So I waited too long to have the corrective surgery, but I had that. 2 weeks later, they found a second cracked vertebrae in my back. So 2 weeks after my first surgery, I had my second surgery. A week after that, I had a blood clot that could have taken me out. I ended up being in the hospital for 3 weeks, still have an IVC filter implanted in my body to catch any clots should one develop. Um, a year after that, I had my third back surgery. And 18 months after that, I had my fourth back surgery. Yet, I'm still here at 60. That's the point. And I'm so, so grateful to God. I'm grateful for insurance. I'm grateful to the doctors. I'm just, I'm grateful for my life. Do I have hard days? Of course. And not just in my body, mentally. Um, you go through things. And again, losing my mom almost took me out mentally. But 30 years after losing my mom, guess what? I'm still here. And I thank God for that. When I thought God had left me, God was taking care of me. I know we've seen the picture with footsteps in the sand, footprints in the sand, and get to the point where it's only one set of footprints. And the brother wonders, God, where were you then when there's only one set of footprints? And God answers back, it was then that I carried you. So God is always with us, whether we know it or not. And I'm just thankful that God has been with me through the good, through the bad. I've been married 25 years. I just got so much to be thankful for when I look back over my life as being 60 now. I'm a military veteran. I went in the early to mid 80s, 82 to 86. So I didn't experience any combat or anything like that. But my back injury is related to the military. I got so many friends that uh, they're certified combat veterans. It's people in the world whose dad is not here because of some of my friends and what they had to do. It wasn't a pleasurable thing. It was a job. It was combat. It is what it is. I didn't have to experience that, but I was on alert. I was part of the mission. So I did my time and made it out. Worked most of my life, and here I sit now making YouTube videos. So my message is always practice a state of gratitude, y'all, because things can be so different in an instant. I'll tell you another story, and this leads up again. I've said it before, but leads up to why I call myself HA. I, I'm actually a minister. I don't have a church, but I do speak and preach and when I'm invited and things like that. And so my wife's cousin, he was the pastor of his church, and he invited me to speak on Friends and Family Day on September 15th of this year, just a few months ago. And so I went and spoke. We had a good time, ate and laughed and joked like we always do. On October the 1st, just 2 weeks later, uh, uh, he didn't wake up. He, Pastor Joe, he didn't wake up. He passed away, and it was just 2 weeks, and he seemed pretty good to me when I saw him 2 weeks earlier and spoke at his church. So my point is, things can change rapidly in the blink of an eye. Things can change, so we have to be grateful and thankful for everything that we have here. I'm sitting here on the patio of my house. Me and my wife were able to build this house in 19, I mean, not 19, in 2018. And we've been here now 6 years. And when I got the vision of getting a house, I was laid up recovering from my third back surgery. And God told me, hey, it's time for you to get a house. My credit score was in the low 600s at the time, maybe even the fives. So I worked to get my credit up, and I got it up, and I got a VA loan, put zero down. Well, we put money down to bring our interest rate down, but I could have moved in with zero down. And 6 years later, here we are. We're still in our house and doing pretty good with it. So I'm just thankful that my ears are open to hearing when God speaks to me. Maybe not 100% of the time, but a lot of times I can clearly hear God speaking to me when He tells me to do something, whether it's get your credit together, I'm going to get you a house, or hey, you need to turn around and go to McDonald's and get this person that's on the corner food, since they're on the corner begging for food, not begging for money, saying they're hungry. McDonald's right over there, take your money that I've given you and go get that person some food. And I can hear things like that. And I try and be as obedient to those uh, proddings from God as I can be, which, with the power of God, you can always be obedient. I just want to make the right choice every time I hear God talking to me. And that's not easy. That's not easy. We know that. We got our own ways. God gave us all free will. We all make up our own mind. God is talking to us, but we make up our mind whether we want to follow what God says to us or not. That's the beauty of God. God gives us free will, just like your kids. If you have kids, you give them the opportunity to make a choice, even when they know, you've said this or not do that. They make their own choice, and they deal with the consequences of those choices, whether it's from you or the choice itself. And so I'm just thankful to God that God talks to me and God hears me, and I can look up and see the pretty blue sky. I can see my yard and got my dogs in the house to keep them quiet. They keep me company a lot. I got a beautiful wife of 25 years, and we're gonna have a decent Christmas. We had a lot of food for Thanksgiving with her family, well, my family too, but her family, and we had an overflow of food. We're not hurting. So I just want to thank God for all that I have, and all that He continues to do for me. And I would admonish you to do the same thing. Um, just practice an attitude of gratitude, and more often than not, I can tell you, in my years of experience, things will work out for you. Yeah, it may be some pain involved up front, but things will work out in the end. And once you look back, the pain part is really God's way of reminding you that once you get through that storm, the only way you know that you were able to make it is because God was right there with you, handling that storm for you. That's the reason for the pain. God just wants you to have a testimony and feel His presence once you come out of that storm, to know that it was God that led you out, and not you pulling yourself up by your own bootstraps. None of us got any straps, and if we do, God gave them to us. Praise God for that. So anyway, I've been rambling on long enough, but this is Vlogmas Day Two. I got to do day three because this is day three, actually. I'm a day behind. So, y'all stay cool out there. God bless you. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. And remember, our experience counts, y'all. Our experience counts. This is your boy HA. Peace.